Hey guys, so today, for this first video on this new YouTube channel of mine, which hopefully you'll hear more about, I wanted to do a bit of a what's in the bag. I think that's a good way to start off a golf YouTube channel. After all, is doing what's in the bag. It just seems kind of the standard way to do things, so you know what I'm using. Um, First things first, we'll start we'll go from green to tee, so putter all the way to driver. And with that being said, we'll start off with this. This is my Ping Awnser 2 putter. So these putters were pretty popular in the 80s, 90s. They're still around today. It's obviously that classic blade shape that we're so used to seeing. It has a little black top line. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Yeah, you can see that. A little black top line there. Stainless steel head. There's nothing really to it. It's just kind of a block of stainless steel. It's obviously got the little Ping Man putting right there, which is kind of a nice little touch. It's a good putter. It definitely doesn't feel the nicest. It's not very soft. It's very hard compared to some of the newer putters. But then again, I mean, I think this putter came out in '81, so you can't really be asking too much when putters. Oh, geez, how old now? 40 years old? Yeah, I believe 40 years old. Probably more. That's just the quick math in my head. Not much to really say. I got a Super Stroke grip on it. This is the Pistol GT version, so just in the classic black and white. Does its job, does it well. It's definitely an area where I'd be willing to switch putters, but I just haven't really got to changing it yet. So that's the putter. Next up would be the wedges. I have 3 wedges in the bag, and the first one I want to talk to you about is this. This is my Cleveland. It's an old school Cleveland too. It's got the logo on the bottom. It's my Cleveland Tour Action 60-degree wedge. Grooves are a bit worn out. You probably can't see them too good, and there is probably a little bit of grass on them because I practiced a bit today. I actually got this from one of the members at the golf course I worked at over the summer, and he said he never used it, and he said I would probably get more use of it than he would, so he gave it to me, and I mean, it's just done its job. It's done it well, and even though it's older, it's still a great wedge. It gets good spin around the greens. Chipping especially is where I tend to use a lob wedge. It's very good. It's very nice. Really no reason for me to change it as of now. So it's just a good quality wedge. It's premium and it does its job, as I said, does it well. And yeah, it's a great wedge. It's a great old school wedge. Next up, we have, of the wedges I have in my bag, this is probably my favorite. This is my Cobra 56 degree, 12 degrees of bounce. This is my Cobra Tour Trusty, so it's got the black and the orange accents on it. It looks pretty stunning. I got this from my high school coach, Coach Brian. He gave this to me, or actually I went into this kind of back room he had in this the golf course he was the pro at, and I picked out a couple clubs, which I will show you later because they are in the bag. And this was one of them. It was just very generous that he was willing to give it to me for free, for no cost at all. I really like this club for about 70, 80 yard shots. And, anywhere really in between that zone, whenever there's kind of an awkward shot from the fairway, typically a third shot on a par 3 is where this is going to get used the most. I don't use it out bunkers too much. I typically stick to my 60 degree around the greens, but from the fairway, this works like a dream. And the last of my wedges would be this. This is a tailor-made Tour Preferred. I know the lighting isn't great, bear with me. 52 degree Tour Performance wedge. Again, it's just a solid 52. It's a bit old. Got it from my dad in the garage that we have at home. And, you know, it does its job. It's good for 90 yard shots. I don't use it as often as I probably should, to be fully transparent with you. But, you know, it's a good wedge, does its job, does it well. It's a TaylorMade, it's a name brand. Let's see if we can get it. Right in the corner there, can you get it? Yeah, right there, that seems to be the spot. Grooves are a bit dirty. I gotta clean all of these clubs for that matter off later today. But it's a good wedge. Comes in a dynamic gold shaft. Nothing really to it. All the wedges in the putter just kind of are minimalist. They aren't great, they aren't terrible, they just do their job and they do it well. For the irons, from 5 down to pitching wedge, we have old school. Oh man, I love these. These are the Callaway Steelhead X14s. How often do you see these? This is the 7 iron I have here. I mean, I was using this earlier today. Look at that stripe. Right there, that's good stuff. Good stuff, right out of the middle. I love these irons dearly. I traded my dad my Steelhead XRs, which were actually newer, for these, and I had no regrets about it. I think the weighting is like right where I want it to be. Very forgiving set of irons, and again, these are probably, of all the iron sets I've used, which haven't been many, granted, but there have been a few. These are probably my favorite ones. They're just in regular shafts with tour wrap grips on them. And from 5 foot pitching wedge, they're great. They fly nice and high in the air, especially with Profile 1Xs, or those more high flighted golf balls that I personally like to use when I can get my hands on them. They're great irons, definitely, if you're looking for a cheaper secondhand set of a name brand. I mean, go with these. They're long, they're forgiving, they're high ball flight. Really everything you want, even if you're a low handicap player. And by the way, my handicap, in case you were wondering, since this is the first video, is 10.3, so that's an average around 82. So an average score, I should say. And next up is the 400, which is a Callaway Steelhead XR 400. Comes in this beautiful little head cover to keep it nice and protected. Has the matte black head, and I don't know if you can see this, but it has these little aerodynamic little humps on it. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's very good. It definitely has a bit of a draw bias, so it kind of shapes itself to the left a little bit. But on longer par 3s or on short par 4s where you gotta put the ball in the fairway, this is definitely a go-to. Have this in an OZ program F1560R, so I'm guessing that's it's regular. Does its job, does it well. And I had the 3 hybrid as well, but I traded that out for the club I'm going to show you next because I just kind of lacked control. That slight draw with this became a duck hook with that. I mean, I still have it in my my garage just in case I need to whip it out, but I don't think it'll be coming back anytime soon until I can straighten it out. So, 4 hybrid Callaway Steelhead X14. Sorry, not X14, XR. I don't even think they made hybrids in 2000, which is when the irons that I have came out. Next up, I have a bit of an interesting dilemma here because I have 2 fairway woods, both of which are four woods. The first one is this. This is a Callaway Great Big Bertha Warbird 4-wood. This was made in '95, mid '90s. Was when these first came out. It's got the classic Callaway silver top with the little arrow right there. It's beautiful to look down upon. I mean, I'll say that it's just a classic club, and that's why I like it. I like a lot of old school classic clubs, as you could probably tell from the ones I've shown that are in my bag. But this one I actually found in the lost and found in my the golf course I worked at, and no one really came to claim it for a long time. So, you know, I was looking for something to replace the three hybrid I had, as I said, and this was just perfect for it. I have this in a Callaway Golf BBUL firm flex shaft with a thicker golf rag grip. It was just the one that it came with. Probably should get that changed. Feels a little bit too thick for my personal taste, but you know, you get what you get and you can't throw a fit. It's a good club. Personally, one of my favorite golf clubs I've owned. Again, has a bit of a draw bias, a bit of a draw tendency, but it's a lot more controlled. It's a lot more forgiving, and quite frankly, as a 4-wood, does its job, does it well, and you know, it's definitely a club that I like having in the bag. That's for sure. And I have it in this kind of this random blue head cover I found. Nothing really to the head cover. It's a Case CAYCE head cover, and yeah, it's nice. It's a nice head cover. And then comes my other 4-wood. Now, this is a Titleist 917 F2 fairway wood, so it's a lot newer. I mean, look at the head cover. I mean, it's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The black, the white, the red. It's stunning. Anyway, Titleist 917 F2, 16.5 degrees of loft right there. You can kind of see it. This was the real reason that, like I said when I was telling you the story earlier with my wedge, that I went into my coach's kind of this storage room with all of his old clubs. I had a very small tailor-made 3-wood, probably from the 80s or 90s. It was about that big. About that big. I mean, this is just so much bigger than that. Oh, sorry, I extended my hand there. It's probably like that. And, I mean, barely bigger than the size of a golf ball. So I just said, is there a way I can do like a little switch or have any spare 3-woods lying around, because he had a sponsorship with, or not a sponsorship, I should say, but a deal with Titleist, like a lot of pros do, where they get the discount on it and they put it in their bags and all. And he just kind of took me right to this. It's a beautiful club. I love it dearly. It goes farther than my other 4-wood, the Callaway one. So that's really why it kind of works with the gapping. This goes about 10, maybe 15 yards further. So this is kind of more like my 3-wood. It's a great forgiving fairway wood. I have this in a Diamond 70-gram Mitsubishi Rayon shaft with, again, kind of a tour wrap grip on it. It's very, very good fairway wood. It's a little bit older, sure. 2021 now is the time I'm making this, but it's just a great 3-wood and fairway wood, whatever you want to call it. There's nothing wrong with it. The flat bottom, as you can kind of see how it's flat and smooth on the bottom, is really good for hitting shots off the deck. You know, I'm rarely to use a fairway wood off the deck. I just don't feel too comfortable with it, but this one, it does make me feel a little bit more confident because of just how smooth and rounded the bottom of the golf club is. Really makes it easy to sweep it right off the grass without, you know, getting a divot. So it's just a great fairway wood. I love it. I should probably use it on the course a little bit more, try and hit a little bit more. But since I'm a shorter hitter, I tend to use my driver a lot more, which is under this awesome frog little head cover. Named Fairway the Frog. It actually had a name tag on it. Creative covers, just in case you're interested. They make a lot more than just this frog head cover, by the way. It's just one they have. This is the Titleist 909D2. This was another gift from Coach Brian, my golf coach. I had a driver. I actually had a Callaway Epic, the 2017 model, but I just wasn't really controlling it too well. And he thought it was because of the shaft, and he brought out this, and had a stiffer shaft. This one was 65 grams instead of the Callaway Epic's 55 grams, and it just worked really well. And I love the sound, I love the feel, I love the weight, and I mean, it's just a really big club head. Like, I mean, it's very, very big. I mean, almost as big as my face. Titanium again. It's got the shiny, glossy finish that you used to see in the early 2000s. 909, of course, being 2009. 10.5 degrees, and I mean, it's a fairway finder. It's forgiving and has the weight in the back right there. It's perfect for, you know, being able to control your driver. Again, if you're looking for a cheaper secondhand driver, 10 of 10 would recommend this. It's just a brilliant piece of gear, and not much else you can say about it, as it goes back under the head cover. So that's all the clubs in my bag. As for other stuff, golf balls, I kind of use a mix of everything, mostly refurbished golf balls actually. Over the summer, since I was working on a golf course, I was able to use a lot more newer golf balls. I used the TP5s, used the new Pro V1Xs, the Bridgestone ones. But now that the summer's over, I've had to refer back to my previous ways of getting the refurbished golf balls at Walmart for like $20. So, for example, here I have Titleist NXT Tour golf balls, refurbished. They're a little bit scuffed up, but I mean, again, it's a good. I mean, I actually do really like these ones. Here I have TaylorMade TP Black right there. Don't really like these ones. They're very, very firm. These ones, however, the Titleist ones, are very, very soft compared to TaylorMade. And a couple other ones. I mean, it's just whatever I pull out of my bag first. Tees, I have these, I mean, plastic Bayside Resort and Golf Club tees, which was where I worked. Great people there, great golf club, great members. Had a real blast working there. Hopefully I can go back this summer. What else do I have? A couple Sharpies for marking my ball. For the golf bag, I have the high school Archbishop. Let me see. Archbishop Curly. You see the logo there. Titleist team bags that we got. Very nice, super lightweight, easy to walk with. And on the side, I have this precious little gadget. It's a little Odyssey golf hole. So you just put this on the carpet and you can putt with it and, you know, try and put it in the center of the hole. I just clip it on the bag. It's a lot of fun indoors, easy, and very useful in the winter months that just kind of keep you improving when, especially in Maryland, when it's very, very cold. One last thing that I do have on my golf bag, if you'll just give me 1 second to go to my other one, kind of my backup. I'll go here real quick. One thing that I like to have on my golf bag, just kind of as a little thing of good luck, so to speak, is I like to have a rosary on that. So, Do I pray the rosary on the golf course? Not really. But I do like to have them clipped onto there, just as a reminder. You know, God is good even when the days were bad, and that, you know, just as a little good luck charm. It's definitely cool. It's definitely unique, and I don't think a lot of people have it. So it's definitely something special, something amazing, and I love it. I love them. So I'm gonna quickly clip this on. And I mean, that's really all for the what's in the bag that I can really think of. So hopefully I'll be able to get more videos out to you guys soon. Again, winter months in Maryland are starting to come. It's the day before Halloween, so the weather's starting to get a little bit colder. And you might see a lot of shorter videos to start, but I think once the spring rolls around, you'll see a lot more videos. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this little video of mine, and look forward to talking to you soon. Have a good one, guys.